Hey you guys, I am back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of this Piscean Reports. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are having a good afternoon. For those of you new to my channel, welcome aboard. For those of you who are returning, welcome back you guys. Welcome back. Alright, so I have another video here. This time I wanted to do a little tarot and see what messages we get. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I like it. So, let's get started. So, I will say this. Maybe I should start like that and then go from there. Trying to do that and then just go from there. Give me that one. And just show you your initial cards. The last four are fascinating. Okay. Anyway, so let me show you what you got right out the gate. All right. The basis of your situation at hand in this particular reading, you have the Ten of Swords. Oh my God. So sad. All right, the situation. What do we have going on in this situation? Well, you got the Three of Wands, so that's very positive. So whatever initial struggle, disappointment, things are definitely looking up for you. Now, what's going for you? You have the Seven of Wands. Okay, no, it looks bad, but in actuality, I like the cards that come with it, so it's not quite as bad as we think. Hold on a second. I bought this shirt, and yeah, I want to show that off. I don't normally do designer anything, but I thought this was so cute, and my Chiefs played today, so I gotta have put on a little red, right? Anyway, sorry. Back to the reading. What's the challenge, Chiquito? Well, the challenge, you have the Eight of Cups. And I see the cards that are going with it, and the challenge is not bad. Not bad at all. Unless the initial I'll get into it. And your outcome cards, you had you have the Devil. Love it. I love it. All right, so let's get started. So, what is the basis of this whole reading? Well, like I said, you had the Ten of Swords. So the feeling that I got is, yeah, you have been disappointed in something. Okay, now the cards that I see with this are interesting. All right, there's something disappointed you, and what's funny is what came to my mind. I was thinking the government, and and given the climate and things that are going on right now, with everything going on, I think that shutdown is still in effect or whatever. And anyway, so, it's left you in this energy here. You're like, damn, I don't know what to do. Like, what am I going to do? Okay. I will also say this. That can also relate to you. If you're not disappointed in the government, you're certainly disappointed in a job situation. I think with the Ten of Swords, I get betrayal. You feel betrayed. You feel stabbed in the back. So you might have been released from your job suddenly, unexpectedly. And like the feeling I get is it devastated you. You're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I even see with the Hierophant here, some of you guys have had to turn to lean into your spiritual understanding, and I suppose religious understanding, whatever. I would be shocked if anybody religious was on this channel, okay? So I'm going to say you had to lean into your understanding, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? For some of you, maybe this is one of those things that caused you to turn to change religion. Maybe you're disappointed in your belief system, and you said, you know what, I don't know what I'm going to do with this whole thing going on, and maybe you turned to you may have walked away from your faith. I only say that because the next card here, you had the Five of Cups. Something thoroughly disappointed you. Okay, and if it's not a situation where you was, disappointed in your belief system, something devastated you to the point to maybe where you now have to lean into your understanding, your spiritual understanding. Okay, you're being tested at this time. Basically, you're being tested. Okay, and but something really, God dang, with the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups and the 2 of Swords, oh my God, how could this have happened? I gave these people all of my time, my years, my dedication, my hard work. It's like you showed up for people, and you still, got stabbed in the back anyway, right? And so now you're sitting in this situation like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do, and right now you are in a pretty bad space, I would say, emotionally, like, damn, what am I going to do? I've seen a lot of people kind of crashing out and losing it a little bit on the internet. The government is shutting down. Now what am I going to do? Am I going to get my stamps? A lot of people got cut. Okay, here's the other thing, and I found this, and I thought about this, I found this interesting as well. If you are feeling stabbed in the back and feeling betrayed, this could be a situation where other people's bullcrap is now affecting you. Okay, a perfect example of that is if, let's say you used to get Section 8, or you used to get a large amount of food stamps, but you've got certain people who thought it would be so cute to come online and show off that they're getting all these stamps. You're working and you're struggling to put food on the table, and these asses are out here, flexing and showing off how much they're getting and all the bullshit that they're buying and giving their children, processed pizzas and food and, processed fries and the whole nine, ramen noodles and just the worst. And then their kids showing off how their kids get all the candies and the chips and the snacks, and you're feeling a little stabbed in the back here, like, what the hell, and because these people thought it would be a flex to show off a blessing that they had been receiving for a long time, they now made it uncomfortable and unfortunate for you guys. The government now had to then speak up and say, oh, okay, well, since it's like that, let us do this. And here's the situation. Something has left you feeling really disappointed, like seriously disappointed. And you're just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? Okay, and right now you're focused on the disappointment. Okay, but what you don't know is everything is going to be just fine. Okay, but you can't see that right now. All you see is this. What am I going to do? How can I? God damn, I could put my foot in, I could bury my foot in these people's asses for speaking up and the whole nine, and it's causing you to even have to maybe even turn inward. Okay, but the universe wants you to know everything is going to be fine. Okay, it doesn't, by all outward appearances, it looks bad, real bad. But I think sometimes, the Most High puts us in situations that force us to now, lean into our understanding. If you really, really believe in the Most High, if you really believe that He is, if you really believe that your angels are, you're now about to be tested. Let's see. Now start praying. First things first, I always tell people that the angels are there. They absolutely are there for you, and they want to help you, but you have to, because we are gifted with the gift of free will, They can't interfere in our free will choices. They're not allowed. Okay, we have to invite them. Will you please come help me? I'm scared. I'm in a bad situation, the whole nine, right? So I'll always, first things first, give your angels permission to assist you on your path, assist you whatever situation you got going on. Okay. Now, like I said, the second card that was the basis. A huge disappointment. Things are looking as bad can look. Okay, but and so much so that you are now having to lean into your spiritual understanding. Okay, which is a good thing. I know it doesn't feel like it. There's panic and fear right now. I have definitely been there. I've been there so many times. But trust, okay? This is that thing. It's like once you do that and once they start showing you that they're there, then you can relax more and start trusting. And that is the ultimate goal. They want you to know, like truly know that they are. Okay? So, anyway, next cards you got here. You have the Three of Wands. Okay, so what's that all about? Well, the universe wants you to know that everything is going to be okay. I know how bad things look, but everything is going to be just fine. Opportunities are just around the corner, like literally around the corner. Okay, and you are about to be someone who goes from, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is as bad gets, help me, etc., to having options, having choices. Okay, this is also that card of confusion. So for some of you, if you're saying how can this be? I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay, this is when you have to see with your spiritual eyes. You're just gonna have to trust the universe, because right now they're telling you you're gonna have. If you're wondering, what am I gonna do from here? Where am I gonna go? How is this gonna work out? What's to become of me? I love that you're in the Queen of Wands energy. So and for some of you may be a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, Sag. It's been a minute since I had to do this. Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, so you may very well be a fire sign person. There we go. Or you're in this energy. The Queen of Wands is someone who doesn't quit. There's no quit in the Queen of Wands. There's no such thing. The Queen of Wands is that I'm going to get it done. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to make it happen. Okay? And you have your little trusty sidekick right here with you, So I love that. It's like you start off like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What I'm going to go to? And the universe wants you to know everything is going to be just fine. Okay, you may not see it, but off in the distance, off in the horizon, opportunities are about to make their way to you. Okay, and it may come sooner than you think. The Chariot is not slow moving energy. The Chariot is about to happen. So I love to see these two cards together. Where you might be unsure and unworried, the universe wants you to know, what, you're about to be someone. Don't even sweat it, okay? Because you lean into your understanding, because you trust us. We are here for you. You will not want for anything. You will not struggle. You're not going to have to worry. You're so good. You're gonna have options. Oh my God, what do I do? Do I take this offer? Do I take that offer? Some of you, I also saw this with like I said, that confusion. You may be trying to decide what you're going to do. Do you stay here or do you move on to greener pastures, So, and you may be, in which case I understand the apprehension, the confusion, the scaredness, because this guy's got his hand out and he's like, oh my God, and so I see you, maybe you are thinking about, moving somewhere else, going somewhere else, getting out of town. in which case, there's that fear, there's the apprehension, it's the I don't know, what's the right decision, confusion. What do I do? Should I stay here? Should I go? Nothing's really happening in this town. Maybe I need to take myself somewhere else. I could do better in another environment. Okay, now, like I said, what is going for you is having that Seven of Wands energy. Okay, now here's the deal. Seven of Wands, right? I see you going, I feel like if you are thinking about moving away, you are going to be met with a lot of fighting. It's very interesting. And from loved ones, okay, from family members, right? Look at this. You had the Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords. Okay, a lot of fighting, a lot of defending yourself. Okay, here's the thing. I think people are going to want you to stay. Okay, and it could be your loved ones. Okay, now is not the time to be making a crazy choice like picking up and moving on. Okay, you need to stay here. Better is, I was watching Joel Osteen this morning, and he's always talking about how his parents, when his father made the decision that he wanted to go out and minister, and his parents first thought out of habit, because they don't know any better. It's always been this way. We've always done it this way. Stay here. You better the devil you know. You know what I'm saying? That whole, they want you to stick around, bottom line. And maybe not necessarily for the benefit of you, but more like the benefit of them. Okay? Going toe to toe, defending your position. We need you to stay here. That's ridiculous. Don't go anywhere. You know what I mean? You've got that Four of Cups here. I thought about this earlier. They want you to either turn down an offer or rethink leaving. Okay? Because it's like, I feel the universe is probably presenting you with an option. Because like I said, you had that Three of Wands up there. So I see an option coming your way, an offer, and something. Maybe it's just you're thinking about going further. I want to do more. Maybe I should get away from here. And everybody wants you to stick around. Okay, even though there's this offer, they want you here. You just stay here. Don't even look at that cup. They want you to look away. Pretend like you don't even see it. Whatever you was thinking, rethink it. Okay, and what's crazy is the offer, whatever you were thinking sounded like a good idea. Three cups, it sounded like a pretty good idea. Here's this offer, but at the same time, everybody's like, nope, we want you to just ignore that. Whatever you're thinking about doing, it's a mistake. So here you are with family, fighting loved ones. Okay, stick around, stay. This is where you belong. And you're like, no, I think I could benefit. I think I could do good somewhere else. I think that's a good idea, right? Now, what is the challenge? What I see here, I don't get challenged at all, unless it is a challenge, because you have the Eight of Cups. So for some of you guys, I feel like, you know what, whatever you're thinking about doing, you're going to do. Okay, maybe it could be a situation where if the job didn't disappoint you, there's some kind of offer. It's weird. It's like you're moving on. Okay, whatever it is, whatever is taking place, the idea of leaving. Why did I think that? I saw the Eight of Cups and I remember thinking about the job. Hang on just a second. I'm going to think about that one. Pause it. Hang on. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so I don't know why I was thinking, job. Something about job. But anyway, bottom line is this. The challenge is, maybe it's going to be hard for you to move on, but you're going to do it. I see you leaving. Like here's everybody. They put up this argument and this fight and gave you every reason why you should stick around, you know. But I think you're going to stand strong in your decision. And I feel like you're going to be like Pastor Osteen's father and say, you know what, I'm going to go out and make my own way in the world. You know, there's something out there. I think maybe this, you know, maybe spirit or the universe is giving you an idea to go somewhere else, and you think, and everything in you just makes you feel so good. You tingle at the concept of going somewhere else instead of sticking around to where you're at. Okay? And I see you moving on. All right? It proves to be the better idea. Okay, whatever it is you're going for, hold on, let me do it like this. Okay, whatever you are going for is going to be the right decision. Okay, it's going to make you a little cheese, a little cheddar. Look at that. Good idea. So, if you are someone and you are, like I said, you've been betrayed, you've been stabbed in the back somehow, between the government, between your work, something, okay, has put you in a space where, you know, you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? The universe says, don't worry, you're good to go. Okay. I think because you make that decision to allow the universe and the angels to assist you, you get some kind of information, some kind of idea, some kind of decision, and you decide to move on that. I love it, being that Queen of Wands energy. Okay, you decide to move on that. Okay, and even though you got family, just like Pastor Osteen's parents, even though he had family that said, stick around, stay, this is where you belong, you're not going to do good out there, you're going to fail, and it better you stay here, better the devil and all sort of kind of stuff. You are going to override that decision, okay, just like they did, or just like his father did, deciding to follow what was in his heart, and it ultimately, as we see, ended up being the better idea and the right idea. And I think you are going to do the exact same thing. Okay, you're going to say, screw family, screw that, you're going for yours. So you may be young, energetic, idealistic, purposeful. Okay, something strikes your fancy and you say, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And it ends up being the right idea. And for some of you, I see you flying. Okay, some of you may be going by airplane, but this could also be the universe saying, you know what, once you make that decision, it is going to be the best one. Things are going to change for you very quickly. All right. And I love it. We just got through talking about the angels here. And what do you get? This lovely angel, working things out in your life, balancing out your situation, assisting in helping you with your purpose. I got this, alchemy. Look at the alchemy that's taking place with that angel. What you need, we will make it happen. We will, the angels will open doors. They'll set up the most, amazing situations, and everything will fall into place as a result. And then it's also that card of patience. So it's like, you know what? I know you're freaking out right now. Things are as bad can get, but you leaned into us, you've called upon us, and we are now here to help you. And just trust, even though if you decide to make some kind of move where you leave or you go away from your environment, where you're not being supported, where you're not being loved, where you're not being appreciated, okay, even though they're sitting up here giving you every reason why you should stay, the bottom line is you don't feel supported or appreciated where you're at. Plus you just, there's this job that isn't satisfying you, fulfilling you in some way, Or like I said, if you're that person who's like, oh my God, everything that I thought I had, I don't have anymore. What am I going to do? Start praying, and then trust everything that happens after that. Trust the inklings, trust the feelings, trust messages that come, trust angel numbers, trust synchronicity, trust, and then go, right? So be patient. I love that. Be patient. Last card. I love it. It was the devil. Okay, and I was like, why does she love that? Because this is how I think you're gonna meet someone, and either they're attracted to you or you're going to be attracted to them. You have the devil here, and you have the ace. I'm sorry, yeah, not the ace, the king of swords. So this could also mean that you're going to meet somebody and that person is attractive. You have that devil energy, the lust, the sensual, sexy, So I feel like you may meet someone and they may be an air sign person, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or there's someone who's very serious minded, serious but sexy at the same time. Not that you can't be that. You absolutely can be that. I just like anyway. So this person is like, if you are, I feel the universe is either saying you are going to meet someone who is attractive, or who you find attractive in some way, or you're going to meet someone and they find you attractive. But bottom line, I see some kind of shut up. And you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the Ace of Wands, which we all know is phallic in nature, right? So I think whoever this person is I see good times ahead for somebody. I see some good times ahead. OMG. Look at this. Okay, you got the devil, you got the Ace of Wands, and you have the King of Swords. So like I said, if you may meet someone, if you meet someone and they're like, serious, mature, they could have one of those important jobs, doctor, lawyer, policeman, some kind of military, some something like that, where, lawyer, I don't know if I said lawyer or not, but yeah, you may meet someone who, or they're just serious minded. They either have an important job, or there's somebody who's just very serious minded. Okay. But I see an attraction here, and it's either you're going to be attracted to this person or that person's going to be attracted to you. But the bottom line, and the last card you had was the Six of Swords. So I think you meet someone, you're going to meet someone attractive, or they find you attractive. Bottom line, I think it's the other way around. I think you're going to meet somebody who's attractive, and they're enough to make you want to move on, or make you glad you moved on, because you, like I said, you had this, the Eight of Wands, before you have the Six of Swords. So I see this. I see you leaving, and you're going to go somewhere else, okay? And you will find someone. So it's like, damn, win-win. Or maybe you're just being guided to go somewhere, and you just happen to meet someone who is attractive. You know what I mean? Like, you meet. Look at the other reading I did earlier, the love reading, okay? And it said, calling in your soulmate, and this could be the one. So, you know what? They could both be tied. they could both be tied. It could be a situation where maybe someone disappointed you and you're ready to move on. The universe says, you know what, don't worry, you're good to go, and you do that, and there's some kind of offer or opportunity or something, because I do see this 10 of Pentacles here. So you guys are going to make some kind of decision to move. It will be the best decision, okay, for you financially as well as romantically. So very nice, very nice. There you go. Look at that. Love it, love it. All right, that is, I'm going to leave it there because it's 29 and 42 seconds. That's the reading that I have for you guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because nothing will make me happy, let you know that I know things look bad right now. But like I said, number one, ask the angels, invite the angels to be with you at this time. Let me say this as well. I hope you guys are still here at this point. Let me say this as well. How do I say? Yeah. You know what? I know a lot of you guys are having a very difficult time right now with everything that's going on right now in the world. Okay, in your neighborhood, in your town, in your city, in your country, you know, in other countries, like I said, that whole global things. I know things seem really crazy and chaotic at this time, okay, but when you really think about it, as crazy as this is, it could always be worse. It could always be worse. Okay, we're not in a civil war. We are not in a world war. We are, you see what I'm saying? It can always be worse. Okay, if the economy is difficult at this time, look at it this way. Your grandparents, your great grandparents have experienced things that were way, way worse. Soup line situations, you know, begging, polishing people's shoes for pennies. You know what I mean? Taking in washing and all that shit. Trust and believe. It's difficult right now, and I know, you know, that's millennials. You know, you guys, it's always like that. If you've grown up with everything nice, you didn't grow up during a depression, you didn't grow up during a war, you didn't grow up during you just came up in a really decent time, and now you're experiencing something difficult, and a lot of people are having a tough time handling that. Okay? Everything is going to be just fine. Number one, it's always been worse. You know what I mean? Or it always could be worse. Okay? Like, and then number two, everybody has that crisis of faith moment. Okay? Their test of faith. You know? This is just, you guys look at it this way. This is just your time. This is your moment. This is your crisis of faith moment. This is your spiritual test. Okay, this is when you now get to have to try to figure out how much do you believe in what you believe in. You know, this is that time. This is that moment. Okay, everybody has that moment. Every generation, it has something that tests them, and this is just your time, and this is your test. Okay, and rather than fall apart and I'm gonna go and steal and rob and I'm gonna do all this retarded, ignorant shit, how about you just pull it together, dial it back? Okay, this is when, okay, all right, I'm sorry, Father. I'm just kind of stressed out right now. I'm just losing it right now. And I need you, okay? And this is when you start having that conversation with God. This is the person you believe so much in, but you don't want to lean into him. You don't want to, a lot of people say they know God and they say they believe in God, but how much do you? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to just take your hand off the wheel and release and say, okay, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know what to do. So I need you guys to guide me. I need my ancestors, my passed on, transitioned loved ones. I know you guys have a higher vantage point on my life, and I need you right now. You know, and ask them for help. Like, relax. Everything is gonna be okay. You guys are not the first generation to struggle a little bit. All right, relax. Okay, this is when you get inventive. This is when you get creative. This is when, this is when you see what you're made of. This is that time. It's times like this that test you, so you find out just how strong you really are. Okay, this is when you find out just how much I believe. How much do I believe in God? This is that time. All right, so just relax. Just relax, okay? And trust that everything is going to be okay. This too shall pass, all right? 20 years from now, you're going to look back and go, boy, that did suck, but I'm still here. I'm still standing, and I didn't have to go to jail, I have more faith. I now know that God is. I don't just believe because I read it. I know my angels are. Damn, they got me through that. They showed up. They showed out. My ancestors said she's going through it right now, or he's going through it right now. So let's draw up these dots. They asked us. They invited us. We now can assist. Let's do this. And then they do it. And you survive. And you make it to the other side. And then you look back and you dust yourself off. And you're like, damn. They really are real. And then, going forward from that point on, it's easier to do right. It's easier to believe. It is easier to be good when you've seen proof that they are and that this is the things that they require of you, because once they show you, you can't go back to whatever you was doing before. Or if you do, whatever, they know you're human. You're having a human experience. They'll give you grace and get you back on track, and then you go from there, right? So, but yeah, anyway, it is 35 minutes. I gotta go ahead and go. I just wanted to say that. It needed to be said. Okay, hopefully you guys still hear it. Hopefully you heard it. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I love you guys. I will see you next time on the next video. You guys take care. Bye bye.